great networking app.
Yeah, she got
But the
okay,
thing about
so,
it is you have to vet a lot of people because now people are more people.
all right, so we live now. We getting ready to go. We getting ready to do it. Tamika. Bam, Tamika, thank you.
You are welcome.
Got the mic? All right, we ready to do this. Hold tight, hold tight.
Friday.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, WMBM listeners. On this Super Saturday, I am Dr. Karen Lewis. I am the host and I am a licensed broker with K1 Realty Group. You can follow me on social media all under K1 Realty Group. Phone number 954-248-9149. I'll say that again because sometimes they say I talk a little too fast. So here we go again. 954-248-9149. And if you want to call in while we are on the air, 1-855-599-WMBM. Hope your phone tell you what those numbers are, WMBM. So with me today, my co-host couldn't make it, but I'm sure she is listening to us this Saturday morning. I have two, one, she's part of the family, and I'm going to let her introduce herself, and then we're going to introduce our guest. And then before I introduce the guest, I want to let you all know, if you don't know, yesterday was my 14th year anniversary.
Congratulations.
Woo, 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 woo.
Congratulations.
But God. It's all good though. I tell you, when you've been married a year now, even as a born again believer, you better clap your hands. Amen, amen, amen. Thank God for it, and thank God for my husband, Pastor Ike Lewis Jr. I want to give him a shout out. Okay, Tamika. Tamika's family, everybody. What's up, Tamika?
Hey, good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing today?
Good. Tamika, you
Yes.
I'm going to tell everybody, you cheated. You know, I don't normally drink this. Actually, I was a junkie with the vanilla chai from Dunkin' Donuts. And Tamika called and asked me, did I want one? So, disclaimer, I have one. I'm just trying not to still drink it, okay? But I got it right here. All right. So, Tamika is going to be with us today. And we've adopted Tamika as family. So, you're going to be seeing more of her, in the shows to come. And we're going to bring in Xavier. The reason that Xavier is back because we got so much feedback about real estate investing, and he shared so many great nuggets. And I thought that it would be robbery if I didn't bring him back here on the show. Xavier, we're glad to have you back. Are you glad to be back with us?
Absolutely. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, so before we start the show, Xavier, y'all know Xavier. You want to just say who you're with, your company's name?
Harding Management.
Awesome, awesome.
Oh, Harding Management is the name of my company. It's real estate investing.
Gotcha.
Buy and hold, foreclosure, everything. One-stop shop.
Okay, one-stop shop. I like that. I like that. Well, one of the things that I do want to share with the audience is that we're still doing real estate reviews. You know, like I said before, when you do your financial checkups, you do your medical checkups, we want to make sure that we do real estate reviews for our clients, for our community, just to give an update or see what's going on. Because a lot of times when we do close on homes, we don't look at the package that they've given us in closing. We're just not studying it. Even when it comes to our taxes and our insurance, sometimes we don't even check to see, can we get a better insurance? Can we get it cheaper, or literally what we have? So we're providing that to our clients, to K1 Realty Group clients and our community. So even if we did not sell you your home, we still have that available for you. If that's something of interest to you, please feel free to call us at 954-248-9149. 954-248-9149. So thank you all, and we're going to get this show on the road. So since Jacqueline is not here, Tamika, before I say anything, you want to jump in and say something before I just jump at Xavier?
No, let's jump right on in.
That's right.
Yeah,
All
ready
right.
to talk about real estate investing.
Tamika's my partner. I mean, we just been having some fun. I've been having fun with Tamika. She called me, I'm like, let's do it. So Xavier.
Yes.
I know everybody is always saying real estate investing is the way to go. It's the way to go, real estate investing. And I'm one of those people. So tell me a little bit about, okay, what's the good? Can you identify maybe 1 to 3 things that are good and 1 or 3 things that are bad when it comes to real estate investing? You know, when somebody sits me down and they talk telling me all the good, and then I'm like, okay, now I know you have to represent this company, but now I need you to tell me some negative, tell me some bad things about it. So share that, because you know it sounds good, but people still need to know the bad or the risk that they take, so they don't be as fearful.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, that's quite easy. Well, you know, a lot of people don't talk about the bad stuff, you know, just because they're trying to portray, you know, just a certain image.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things that I come across often is contractors. So especially jumping to different states, you come into issues where, you know, you're trying to build that rapport with different contractors, trying to do different things and trying to vet different contractors. So that situation all within itself can go either way. I've had my ups and my downs with contractors. Another thing that people don't talk about is that real estate, despite what you see on social media, it doesn't happen overnight.
Exactly, and that's what people think, it happens overnight. I'm like, you don't understand the background work to see the 6-figure checks.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what people are like, oh, I just want to get this, it's easy. I'm like, it's not as easy as you think it is.
Exactly. Like, you have to make sure that you have all your ducks in a row. And then the last thing would solely probably just depend on your long-term plan, which would be, you know, money depending on how you want to start. If you want to go fix and flip, money may be your startup issue, but if you want to do wholesaling, that may not necessarily be an issue. So the third one, if I would say have to get like a third solid, something that may take some time, as far as vetting people like we were talking about before the show.
Mm-hmm.
Because you may get a lot of people that may say that they're capable of doing one thing. You know, you try to hold them accountable and say, hey, okay, this is what I need you to do, and it may not go your way. So you have to make sure that you have different other plans in place, different contingencies.
Okay. So let's talk about those things, because you actually came from a standpoint that I didn't even think about. You know, what are the negatives, and I never would have said it. Contractors, but I can definitely see how that can be an issue when you're dealing with contractors. And if you are a new investor, no disrespect to contractors, but you could easily get burned by contractors, some of them, you know, who choose to do shady work.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that you definitely want to think about. And if you're talking about real estate investing, this is something that you may even want to take a pen and paper out and write it down. And I also like what you said about the overnight success. That actually goes up just all the way around. When people see people succeed, they really think that it's called overnight success, but absolutely not. You know, I always look at Kobe Bryant when he was living, LeBron James and so on, and I see their work ethics behind the scene, how they just grind and grind. Even us as a real estate agent, or even you know, I've seen how you just grind and grind. I've seen how things have blown up in your face as well too, but you just pushed through and you understand. Somebody's timing me? Oh, okay. Oh, okay, all right. It's all good. But, you know, overnight, so what you're saying is that overnight, it does not happen overnight.
No.
Okay, it does not happen overnight. But if you are consistent and you just continue to do what you're supposed to do, then you will reap the rewards.
Of course.
And that's what people don't do. And you said something about accountable, but I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Let's talk about the wholesale. Let's talk about that for a minute so people can really understand wholesale, so they'll get that.
Yes.
Because I heard you say that the fix and flip, you may need a little bit more money, but wholesale, can we talk about that?
Yes, talk about that.
Okay, so wholesaling is where usually people start in the beginning. What wholesaling is basically, essentially, you're the middle person between the transaction. So what you'll do is that you'll find a homeowner in a situation where they're motivated to sell their property. You get that homeowner, you get that property under contract, and then now it's up to you to go out and find an end buyer.
Okay.
what you do with that end buyer is that you sell that contract that you have
Mhm.
for a larger sum than what you initially offered the homeowner. And then from there, in that middle aspect is where you get your commission, or that's when you get paid.
Now, I've been seeing a lot of newer wholesalers, and I know with the wholesaling business, it's a numbers game. And you have some I don't say all of them, some wholesalers, they try to maximize it all the way to the point where it's retail, but this property still needs work.
Mhm.
And so how do you decipher through that with their numbers and everything? Because that's what people need to also realize when you're doing wholesaling as well.
Yes. So just like how you touched on, one of the biggest things that I'll stress in real estate, if you don't understand anything, is the numbers.
Mhm.
No matter if you're first starting, you're a veteran, intermediate, no matter what level, you have to make sure that you understand the numbers. So before you do anything in wholesaling or even in fixing and flipping, you have to understand what the after repair value is. So you have to be able to go into these different areas and vet the zip codes and understand what these homes are going for once they're fixed up. Then from knowing that end number, then once you go into the home and do like the initial walkthrough with the homeowner and assess the property damage, then once you come up with that number, you can say, okay, this is what it will cost to put the house back together. Taxes, real estate fees, all of those things. Now, this is the money that this person will put in, so they also have to make a profit. So you also have to think from a wholesale aspect that you want this person as a continuous customer. So you're not necessarily looking for the home run, you're looking to start and build a consistent, thriving business.
Exactly.
And then build those relationships too as well. Because those same investors will be able to vet different contractors in the area, give you different realtors, brokers. So it's kind of, a hand-in-hand situation.
Gotcha. Okay, so that's a breakdown time from there.
Yes.
Okay, first grade. Okay, so we're gonna rewind. Okay, so wholesale. First of all, do you ever hear, now we're gonna walk through this here. Okay, so this
Yes.
is where we wanna go. So do you ever hear people say that wholesale is illegal?
Yes, for the people that don't understand it, absolutely, all the
Okay.
time.
Okay, all right. So, somebody probably out in the audience could have heard that as well. Okay. So now the first thing that somebody, if they're interested in wholesale, they don't have to have any money. Is that correct? Yes or no?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so that's correct. Now, I find a property. I knock at Tamika's door. Tamika has a property
Mhm,
and she wants to sell it.
mhm.
You are the investor. Okay, I'm gonna let you be the investor because you're the real investor. Okay,
Okay.
you're gonna call me when
Yeah,
you
no,
want to
you're the
sell it.
real
All right, all right. Okay, so Tamika has a house.
Yes,
You come to Tamika and you want to sell it. Let's just say, okay, Tamika she has a house for $100,000. She has a balance on it. Tamika's house is worth maybe $160,000.
okay, it's worth 160, okay.
Okay, her house is worth $160. Now she comes to you and she wants to sell it. Okay, now role play.
Okay, would I be the wholesaler or the?
You're gonna be the wholesaler.
Okay, so the first thing that I would do is that once I come to her and I get the initial phone call, before I even go to the address, I know what the ARV is right off the bat. So once I go there, also, I'm gonna talk to her, understand what's her motivation, what her problem is to figure out how can I help her. Just in case if the numbers may not work, of course, then I'll figure with K1, a broker that can help you sell the property in order to solve your problem if what I'm offering isn't enough for you. Because for me, I'm not just trying to make it out. I want to
So I like that. So hypothetical, you going to say, I'll buy your property for $130.
If the ARV of the home, let's say it'll be 60%. 60% of the value is a
Okay,
decent
so
number.
let's just say this is 60%, okay? Okay, so this is 6%, it works for you. Okay, so we're just using the 130,000.
Mhm.
So what you're going to do, then you're gonna write up a contract between you and Tamika.
Yes,
Is that correct?
Yes, a contract between me and Tamika that's binded maybe, let's say, by $1. And
Okay.
then once I get that contract, I'm gonna take it to the title company. And then from the title company, from there, then that's when I'll shop it out to my cash buyers.
Okay, so why are you
Yeah,
taking it to you're just gonna give it to the title company?
Because it has to be
as per-
binded. Yeah,
Okay.
because I may not be the only person that she's talking to, and she may be under distress to where we may have a certain period of time, and she may have given the contract to somebody else as well. which happens a lot here in Miami.
Exactly, it does.
You just opened up, so that's why
Yes.
it's so important that we do this right here.
Of course.
Because if we hadn't done this here, we'd have missed that. They'd have missed that whole thing about taking it to the title company to get it binded, so that, because Tamika may have sent it out to 20 other different people.
Exactly,
And
because
then
as soon as she signs it, I'm heading straight to the title company, wherever I'm at, or sending it to them digitally.
Okay, so now you made it to the title company. Now what you're gonna do, because you, even as an investor, you keep a list of cash buyers.
Yes.
Okay, so now you're gonna put this property out, and you're going to say, now I'm the person, I'm that end buyer that you're gonna come to and say, hey, Dr. Karen, I have a property. Now you're gonna sell it to me for, let's say, $150, so that there's some equity left or something?
Absolutely, 150 is, yeah.
Okay, let's just say 140, because
Okay,
that way,
that's fine.
okay, so now you're gonna sell it to me for 140, property is okay. So now, when you sell it to me, now we go into contract,
Yes.
me and you,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
And in our contract between you and I is a contract that you're stating that you're gonna buy the property that I have under contract for that specific price that you and I agreed on.
right, so, go ahead.
And then once I get that contract from you, I'm gonna be closing on the same day, and I take that contract to the title company. We're gonna be closing in the same place.
Okay,
So it'd be a simultaneously closed,
Yeah.
simultaneously closed, so people will know,
Yeah.
like,
Mhm.
oh, you
The
closed a
term-
couple of
The
days
term for
after.
everybody out there is called double close.
Exactly.
so is it a double close? Okay, so that's what it is, it's a double close. What if that property had a mortgage on it?
So if that property would have a mortgage on it, you would first have to understand what number you would need to satisfy that loan.
Okay,
So if the property was 160, let's say they had a mortgage
for 100,
for 100, I mean, that 100 is gonna go straight to the mortgage company.
okay,
And then the homeowner is gonna get that 60,000. Like whatever's left over from the mortgage company, that's what's going to the homeowner.
okay. So now, day of closing, this is the date, so we made it to the day, oh my gosh, it's 5 more minutes, what? Okay, wow, okay. So we made it to the day of closing. Now, you purchased it for 130, and you're selling it to me for 140. So you didn't put down any money.
Just maybe a couple dollars just to secure the
Right,
contract, but
okay, but the gist of it, not anything.
Yeah.
So you're walking out with $10,000 in your pocket for not doing anything other than finding the property. Well, you do have, let me not say not doing anything,
and
because you
that's
have
the
to
hard
go
part.
finding the properties. You all heard that? That's the hard part, finding the property. So, if you're interested, you may want to call Xavier, because I know Xavier is doing consultations and he's talking to people. So let me say this right here, because I know it's almost time. So you walked out the door pretty much with $10,000. Tamika she has what she wants from the property. You have what you want, and then I have what I want, and then I have $20,000 worth of equity in the property. Wow, we
And
wish
that's-
we could see that all the time. And you've not put down any money.
Nope.
So I think if you want to do real estate investing, maybe you want to start in wholesale, but you do have to put some work out there, because you have to stay out there on the grind. You have to be boots on the ground. You have to stay out there, keep your ears and your eyes open, and talk to everybody else. Isn't that right, Tamika?
That's true, and it's one of the easiest ways to get into real estate and actually raise capital to get into the flipping and everything.
Exactly.
So that's one of I know a lot of real estate investors who started at wholesaling, and then they moved their way up to now they're doing developments. They're developing their own communities. It's like, because this is what started me. I needed the capital, and it's $0, and you just sit there and you search, because like I tell people, it's properties all throughout Miami, all throughout South Florida, all throughout.
Yeah, you're a guru. You just know the world. I mean, I look at Tamika pay. Every time I turn around, I'm like, she knows the market, everything. I'm like, do you go to sleep? You sure you work out? Because she knows everything about it. I mean, everything. I just call her.
Looking at South Florida and see how it's changing, it's amazing, especially if you're born and raised in Miami.
Yeah.
So you're seeing all these new changes, new developments. It's like, who would have thought the Miami Dolphins headquarters were right there in Miami Gardens? All of these brand new apartments, all this brand new development that's going on. I would have never thought that. I would have never thought that downtown Miami looks like New York of the South. I would never thought we had
Right.
these skyscrapers, and they're like, oh, we want to go higher and higher. It's like, what? What are
Wow.
we doing?
Yeah.
Wow.
Even when I went to Red Rooster about 2 weeks ago. Beautiful place. Who would have thought this high end restaurant would have been right in our
What,
heart?
Tamika, let me tell you a joke. Me and my husband, we were talking like one day this week, right?
Yes.
But then my husband said, babe, we got a little too older to be talking about going to Red Rooster at night. They might want us to run.
But I always tell people, if you're ready to go, please make a reservation.
Or make a reservation.
Make a reservation now. Make the reservation now because it has been packed.
Wow.
It has been booked out.
Wow. Wow, wow. Xavier, we'll be
Yes.
talking. This show went by too fast. I demand an hour today, and exceptional. Go ahead, Xavier, give out your information, and you're talking about doing consultations. At least share that. We got about 3 more minutes.
Okay. Consultations will be starting in March. You'll be able to find that in my bio. Harding Management is the name of the company. So if you need any type of further information or guidance, consultations will be starting the next couple of weeks. Get everything rolling. Got some projects I'm trying to finish up to make sure I give you guys some time that you need.
Awesome. Give out your phone number too.
305 209 6110. 305-209-6110.
All right, and his bio also, go to Instagram to follow him, Harding, HARDING_management, the full word management. And I'm definitely serious. If you're talking about, or you're thinking about it, or you're breathing about real estate investing, please give Xavier a call because he does have the patience to work with him. Good coach, good mentor. Even sometimes I have to call him and ask him questions, and he'll tell me if the numbers don't work, Dr. Karen, throw it away. And I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to go over it. He still bring me right back down to the numbers. Okay, that's it.
And that's the whole thing, the numbers. The
Tamika,
numbers don't make sense.
give out your information too. This was good, y'all.
My telephone number, I'm a real estate broker here as well, 954-404-4646, and the name of my company is Robin Bird Realty Inc.
Awesome, awesome broker, awesome real estate investor, and I'm an awesome person too.
Yes,
I can't forget
yes,
that.
Yes.
All right, thank you all so much for joining us. Dr. Karen Lewis, the host today. Jacqueline, we miss you. Hope to see you the next show. And if you all are interested, give us a call, 954-248-9149. And with that, you all have a super, super Sunday. Excellent day, excellent day. That was great. Oh my God.